And tired, Siri collapsed in the swamp. Some peasants found her and took her to the Baron, Valen's self-appointed ruler. The warlord took the young woman in, had her nursed back to health, then sent her on her way to Novigrad.
Thought you might like to see a recap. In case you're forgetting where we are in the story. I don't suppose you are, but just in case. And you get treated to what I have to see every time I load this game. I don't know why they need to do that. They should have an option like, you watch it one time only. But I guess they're expecting people to like play the game for like 5 hours so they don't get the same one every time. Let's have a look around, see if we can find anything interesting. When last we left off, we saw the scary ghost man, whatever he was, apparition there. And now, I do believe there should be something around here. This is optional. Maybe it's upstairs, I don't know. Let's have a look upstairs.
Don't start, Annabelle. Back to your craft. Always bending my ear about fool peasants. I'll not hear of them again. That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham... Don't start, Annabelle. Back to your craft. Always bending my ear about fool peasants. I'll not hear of them again. That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham hardly makes the rest courtly, one and all.
My lord, peasants. They're through the door in the tower.
Ooh, so that fills us in a little bit. That's kind of the final moments, I guess. Just checking to make sure there's no more loot. The indicator is showing go downstairs, but it's like explore the tower, so that's what I'm doing. That's downstairs. And we'll go up again.
Gold! Piles of it! Oh, won't do the dead any good now, will it? Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago. Who's that? Show yourself. Anyone there? Who are you?
Probably this poor fellow on the ground here. What attacked him? So he turned around and he fell over and he had some sort of a knife. Very curious. It's kind of hard to see him with the confines of the room here. We'll get a better look there. There we go. Kind of. Still can't see him for Geralt's head, but yeah. Yeah. The poor soul met his end. What's going on here? Some curious notes on the wall we can't read. Ah, chest. Very nice. Oh, hello. This is very spooky. I'm just waiting for a jump scare, but this game's too classy for that. Yeah, it's telling me to go down, but that's when I finish checking the tower first.
Where are you? Have you got to the laboratory at the top of the tower yet?
I'm at the top. Nothing here that looks like a laboratory.
Then you've not reached the highest level. Look for a passage.
My imagination of this Geralt looks slightly drunk sometimes. We have evidence.
Someone dragged something across the floor. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Okay, so there's a hidden passage there. What else we got? Something on the wall? And another switch.
Someone dragged something across the floor.
Why isn't
Or
it
dragged
opening?
it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
It's so weird. Why isn't it opening? So one needed to be down, and yet they both needed to be down, basically. Yeah. What's going on here?
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
Kind of goings-ons happening here.
Experimenting on humans. Never would have gotten away with it if the Conclave were still in charge.
Damn.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
Don't be afraid. I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Mage's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
Mage who lived here. Who was he?
Alexander? I hardly knew him. He spent most of his time locked away in this tower. He's dead too, you know. They're all dead. Mountains of corpses, yet I stand here alone, all alone. They've all abandoned me. Even he who promised me everlasting love. You will abandon me as well.
If I can lift the curse, you yourself will be free to leave. Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food. Is that true?
No. They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
Ha! Well, it's obvious there was poison there.
What kind of potion was it? Remember its smell? What it looked like?
I remember only that I feared to drink it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the Catriona. Only rumors, surely, but I was afraid. So horribly afraid. And then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
Did they hurt you?
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned? That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was dark. Only there were rats everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds. And I couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You were paralyzed.
They were everywhere. All over me like insects. My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach. They tore me apart, and I could not even scream. Have I not suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
Can you talk to the island's other specters?
No, I'm alone here. The others, they flee when they see me. I know not why. You do not fear me, do you?
No. Used to dealing with ghosts. Though, gotta admit, there's something about you. You're different. You weren't the last to die on this island. Found a fresh corpse in the tower.
The island's a dangerous place. Folk should not venture here. I too wish to leave.
The dead man. Looked like a monster had attacked him, recently. The tower home to anything else?
How am I to know? There's lots of wraiths here. I hear them whispering every night.
Not talking about ghosts. A monster who hunts here. You must have noticed something.
I don't know. I've noticed naught. Why do you ask? Why must you press me so? You're to be my savior, not my tormentor.
How can I help you?
A curse born of hatred binds me to this place. Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a wraith?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Graham? No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the Isle. Your beloved, who is he? A noble son?
No, a poor fisherman. My father objected, strongly. He did not see us together. I miss him so. Each night I walk to the island shore to gaze upon the village. Does he remember me still?
Said before you can't leave the tower.
Did I? You must have misheard.
I don't think so.
I don't know anymore. It's all a nightmare to me.
As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras aren't nearly as strong as yours. My medallion started pulsating as soon as we started talking.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
Sure. Oh. Let's look around a bit more first.
Really hope I can help. Need to look around first.
Whatever for? Not in the tower, but bones and rats. Don't leave me with them again.
I'll come back for you. You can be sure.
Very well, but come back soon. Don't keep me waiting.
Yeah, something doesn't add up. Let's take a look around. Potion vial. What's this?
Alone.
Mage Alexander's log.
All have left me.
Should give us some insight on what's going on. Let's see. Part 1. Need to find out what exactly Alexander was doing here, what she was taking the potion for. Is she telling the truth? Let's see. My experiments continue to return results. I must consider unreliable methodological errors are not at fault. The problem lies with the shoddy and fallible research material I'm forced to work with. Despite this prior assurance, Viscerad is unable to provide me with enough moderately healthy specimens for my tests. So this Viscerad was in league with him. Good. Most of the material is starved and terrified. Refers to the subjects as material. Having been dragged here straight from the dungeon, I waste a great deal of daily washing and delousing them before I will so much as let them step a foot in my laboratory. Sterility first. As Smarty Sudagren managed to prove in her little-known work, the attitude of the patient undergoing treatment can have significant impact on the battle against the disease. Unfortunately, volunteers with which I am supplied do not show sufficient comprehension, let alone enthusiasm for noble work in which they are taking part. In fact, it seems they consider the research part of their punishment. I've tried many times, I'm a poor speaker, to convince them that they are contributing to the eradication of one of the greatest plagues tormenting mankind. I had the distinct impression they understood a little, but perhaps their stupor was merely the result of earlier stages of the illness. Of course, it is impossible to achieve success without significant sacrifices. The overwhelming majority of them will have to lay down their trifling lives on the altar of learning. But that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. So pretty much true what they were saying about him, it seems. Day 346. I never did like rats. Not because of their obscene tales, but rather on account of their lively, disturbing intelligence. They are always listening when a man believes he is talking to himself. And what's worse, they seem to understand. A few days ago, I caught myself talking to one of them, to one particularly large black male with a torn-off ear. At first I was overcome with panic. Was this the first manifestation of the illness? Of course, that was impossible, for I have fortified my immunity with powerful spells. Upon further consideration, I concluded that it was altogether a natural reflex, one even the most learned among us could find hard to restrain. We mages like to be listened to, after all. I placed the black rat in a separate cage. The time will come for it to play a part in my tests. Meanwhile, it can keep me company and observe. I've noticed it looks with great concentration at the cages of infected brethren, particularly those in the last stages of illness. Fascinating. Speaking of company, I have none. Besides the black rat, I cannot hope for better. Viscerat avoids the laboratory and has expressed his desire for his daughter to steer clear of me as well. At first I thought he feared a moral scandal, which would be risible in the extreme. But he explained the true reason in due course. It seems Annabelle has always possessed a fragile psychic constitution, considering the ill might throw at her. Observing the ill might throw her into foul humors. Okay. The peasants taking part in the study have stopped speaking to me. I don't know what they believe this little act of defiance will serve. It does me no harm. They made for lousy conversation partners anyway. There remains, of course, the woman, but as for her, I tried to limit my contact. My black rat has died. Today I found him curled up in his cage. I suspect he had been infected on accident. On accident? Been infected by accident, maybe? But during the autopsy, I didn't uncover any signs of the illness. It was also perfectly well fed. Strange from a medical view, his death remains unexplained, something which I must admit irritates the scholar and me. But as mentioned previously, I am not particularly fond of rats. What kind of sheds some light? Maybe? What's this? Oh, Annabelle, yes.
When will this nightmare end?
When I figure out what's going on here. We're gonna go have a look downstairs and see what I've missed. If anything. Whoa. Glad that wasn't a longer drop. We are rewarded for exploration. Look at that view. It's quite nice out here. I don't think we can climb up. That's where we found the dude. Yeah. I hope there'd be more than just 2 notes, but whatever. Maybe there's more down here. We missed one, maybe? No.
What's with the door?
You wish to leave, as Graham did.
What do you want?
No more lies, no more deceit. You will stay here for all time. You will never leave.
Oh. Okay, that's unexpected.
Damn it, gotta catch them.
Follow the plagued maiden. I'm just gonna check out the before we do that. We have a location where we can use the lamp. It's upstairs apparently. Maybe we can talk to the wizard dude. I'd like to hear what the wizard has to say. It still says it's up. Okay. Ah, there's stairs leading up, look. Missed that.
Kept in there until the end. What a shitty way to die.
Okay, so we didn't miss anything. Is there anything interesting here? Yeah. Okay, so that's where they were being kept. So where's the wizard at? You'd think he would be a ghost of him around here somewhere. Nope, that looks like it's everything from around here. That's a shame, I was hoping for some more stuff. Some more information perhaps. Let's go track this woman down now. Doesn't look like we missed anything. I don't see any books. They would glow up, wouldn't they? Let's get out of here. I can't remember.
Not bad.
I remember, hang on. We're dealing with a spectre. I can't remember which one it was. You also have a point. Hey. Fair enough. So she's some kind of wraith. We know that. She's vulnerable to Spectre Oil, Uden, and Quen. So we could just chuck some Quen down. Or some Uden. Maybe do some Uden.
Cannot kill him. You know this.
What was that? It sounded for a moment like you joined the race yourself.
Had to fight a pester.
A pester? And did you learn how to lift the curse before you lunged at her, sword in hand?
Yeah, we talked a bit. Looks like I need to get her beloved to the island. Fisherman named Graham.
I know the man. He lives in Oriton, village on the lakeshore. Find him immediately. We're close to unraveling this. I can feel it.
Yeah, I knew I had to lay that down. I just couldn't remember the damn name. I still haven't got all the names memorized. So yeah, Uridan. Just remember that for the old specters. Yeah, so there's a turn up for the books. So I don't think she's a bad person, but I want to get the boyfriend here before we find out what's going on. Because if I take her bones away, won't she be like able to get at him? Maybe she's angry with him. I mean, she's got every right to be angry with him. I mean, he kind of betrayed her, didn't he? So maybe she'd kill him. Maybe he deserves it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. But next time we're gonna talk to Graham and find out what the real deal is and all of this. And yeah, hopefully we can release her spirit without anyone getting hurt, hopefully. But yeah, that was a fun fight. So easy with the Erden, though. I must remember that for next time. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next time.